Venezuela is the queen of the South in the present, just as there was one in the past that Jesus mentioned. The video I'm about to show you is proof of this and will leave you completely amazed. Watch the video. But there is one greater than Jonah here. The Queen of the South will rise up in judgment with this generation and condemn it. Did you notice that when you rotate the map of Venezuela, the silhouette of a queen appears? This indicates that Venezuela is that nation, the Queen of the South. Venezuela is the head and not the tail. And the part that forms the queen's crown is in the state of Zulia. That's also where the Catatumbo lightning occurs, which is a sign of God's powerful presence in that place. And it's in Zulia where the new king of the kingdom of Venezuela has emerged or been born. I showed proof of this in a previous video, which I invite you to check out. I'm also going to share some information from another source, which I'll display on the screen for you. The person who runs this account is a researcher, and he's explained the following. There's an ancient Bible from 1569 known as the Bear Bible. In the book of Ezra, it tells of a time when Judea was invaded by the Assyrians. Many people fled to different parts of the world, while those who stayed behind perished during the invasion. Most of those who emigrated went to a land called Arzaret. In Hebrew, this means another land. According to this researcher, that was actually the name for America in the past. As you know, history has been greatly altered to lead us away from the truth. They even created a Mexican TV series about drug traffickers called Queen of the South. Of course, it had to be about bad things as usual. In these times, they tried to divert our attention from the true prophecy of the Queen of the South. When you hear about the Queen of the South, the first thing that comes to mind is the Mexican drug trafficking novel. It doesn't even cross your mind that it's actually a biblical prophecy mentioned by Jesus of Nazareth himself. This is the kind of technique the elite uses to create parallel narratives to the truth, leading you astray. The same thing happens with magic. They created cheap magic tricks to hide from people that real magic exists. But true magic is actually performed through words. The same goes for the word ecstasy. It's a partial suspension of the senses, during which you're shown images or visions that typically come from higher realms. They created a drug called ecstasy to make this truth seem ridiculous. Continuing with the young man's story, those people from Judea came to America, and they are the lost tribes of Israel. Therefore, from Venezuela, which is considered the head, all the way to the rest of America, those lost tribes were awakened. It's America that is home to the true Jews. He claims that those currently in Middle Eastern Israel are not the true Jews. Rather, it's those who escaped during those times because they were being persecuted. He also mentions that Christopher Columbus was funded by an Italian Jew to come and acquire the lands of Arzaret. Along with Columbus came Sephardic Jews from Spain, as the Spanish king at that time was expelling Jews who refused to convert to Catholicism. They wanted to maintain their religion and were forced to flee from Spain as well. So these are the Jews who escaped and are now in America. That's why we Americans have more Middle Eastern features than typical Native Americans. This guy says that the whole idea of racial mixing is a lie, invented to make us believe a different version of history. But the Bible clearly states that in the end, nothing will remain hidden and everything will come to light, which is happening right now. So now we know the truth about our true ancestry.